And after that bit of B.B. King singing the Curtis Mayfield song Woman's Got Soul, it's time to go over and have a listen to my mate Roger Allen chatting with an Irish musician called Mike Brookfield.
Yeah, thank you, Jason. I've managed to collar Mike Brookfield here at the Boom Boom in Sutton, who've just come off a support slot with Mike Zito The Wheel. How was it for you?
Oh, it was great. It was great. And Mike got us up to jam at the end. We did our support slot, and we left blood on the floor like we do. We hit him hard, played a few slow ones. And yeah, we're really happy with the performance, and got everybody singing at the end and dancing, and that's the main thing. But jamming with Mike at the end was a real highlight, because he's so awesome, isn't he?
Oh, he's amazing. I've seen him several times now, in different countries, and that he's totally awesome. Yeah, as you say. Now you're promoting your album Love Breaks the Fall.
Yep.
Was it a quick recording, or was it done over a length of time?
It was done. It was a self-financed, self-produced. It's the first thing really I put out there properly of my own, so I took my time over it. I spent nearly a year doing it, really, running backwards and forwards between different recording studios and that. And, like pulling in favours, it's like, here's a bag of crisps, will you play drums on this for me? Yeah. And by the way, can you come back next week and and finish it off? So I know a lot of musicians in Dublin, really high-level players, and the guys that I drafted in, Keith and Jason Duffy, they would be super high-level players. So, once we kind of talked through the arrangements and played through the arrangements, it went down very quickly. But it took quite a long time to actually produce and get finished, because it was a self-produced thing, you know what I mean? There's no label involved in it, really. So
is it all your own compositions on this album?
All my own compositions, yeah.
Okay. Do you find the songwriting process easy at all? Or do you get spontaneity, or is it sometimes like pulling teeth to get a song written?
I never really kind of force myself to write, but I write a lot. Good and bad stuff. So
it's just a self-filtering process, really.
Yeah, so like you write a great song one day, and then the next day you'll write what you think is your big hit, and then you listen back to it the next day and you go, oh, maybe not, put that one aside. And you just have this big playlist on your computer of all these tunes that you've written, and you just kind of like maybe focusing on the songs that you kind of think are stronger or going to be good vehicles for you to be expressive, and that's the main thing with my songs, is that I like imagery, I like the cinematic kind of thing. I want to tell a story, I want to take people on a journey, and I need good vehicles for guitar playing as well, because people generally, know me as a guitar player. I'm a singer-songwriter guitar player, so it needs to be a good vehicle to be expressive with,
Yeah, I noticed, so I can understand sort of your influences. Are they Irish-based? I noticed you've got a heavy Rory thing going, a Rory Gallagher vibe going on.
Yeah, I mean, we're raw like Rory.
Yeah.
It's not a clean, polished thing. That there's a lot of acts out there that are really slick, and they use clean tones, and our thing is we're dangerous. That's what we should be. When we start,
you've got an edge on there. I mean, it's good, cool stuff. I enjoyed it immensely.
Yeah, we want people to kind of react when we play. We don't want to be pedestrian. We want to play the first chord, and then people just to kind of almost tense up and go, holy shit, what's going on here? What are these lads doing? But we don't want to do that with pure volume and just being noisy. We want to create intensity, but still be very musical at the same time.
Yeah,
there needs to be. Yeah, you need to be kind of playing and singing melodies and have interesting structures. So it's not about volume and distortion. It's really about how do you create musical intensity. And we are quite raw because there's only three of us, and we're edgy sounds and all that.
Right, for the sort of listener here who's going, who's this Mike Brookfield character?
Yeah.
Said, what's on his album? Do you want to pick a couple of songs from the album that you think sort of give a listener a bit of a profile of yourself, and a little story behind each one, if you can, if there is one?
Well, there's serious songs and there's tongue-in-cheek songs, and there's quirky kind of songs. So I suppose I'll pick the title track, which is "Love Breaks the Fall," and that's quite a serious song, I suppose. But I originally kind of thought of the title, "Every Man Should Fall." Every man should experience some kind of, not tragedy, but you know, in every life experience, you experience things that aren't so pleasant. But, you know, without those things, you don't really value anything, do you? So I suppose the concept behind Love Breaks the Fall is, you know, every man falls at some point, but what happens? You know, do you have people around you to catch you, or do you just fall and die? Do you know what I mean? So, like, I kind of built quite a dramatic structure around that, and I think it's something that people can kind of identify with, you know?
Happy to be alive, alive until the day you slept. Watch you roll away. No, 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 no. Your perfect skin locks up the girl within, and she waits until the time is right to come alive. Now she stands so tall, with no pain or fear at all. She holds on to that crown, but she's heading for the ground. And your love breaks the fall, and your love breaks the fall.
So that's Love Breaks the Fall. It's a, you know, it's got fuzz pedals in it, and it's kind of a real drama piece. But then the second track, Catfish Missile, is I wanted it to be almost an opposite. I wanted it to be light an area. My wife sings backing vocals on that. My wife in Ireland released an album about 10 years ago, and she did quite well with it. Got a lot of TV and stuff like that. And she's a world class kind of easy listening stroke jazz singer. So she sang backing vocals on that, and that's very Americana. So you listen to those two tracks back to back, and it's a real. It's not as obvious as what you get with a three-piece rock band. Do you know what I mean? It's not.
Totally.
Yeah.
Well, there's dust-bowl critics, high school sinners down here. The moonlight's the shimmer and the light. The keyboard dances, little sister takes a chance. The Chevrolet's are busy tonight. Take another lap around the block. Keep your money in your sock. This train ain't moving tonight. All the seasons roll together with the losers and the winners. We'll take this back together. Swear we'll stay forever till the world starts moving on time. Looks rough, you gotta roll through a bush. These elephants will push you home. Now I'm waiting for the whistle on this catfish missing. We'll take this ride together. Swear we'll stay forever till the world starts moving on time. Take this ride together. Swear we'll stay forever till the world starts moving on time.
So where can the listener out there find more information about you? Do you have a website?
Yeah, MikeBrookfield.com. And that's kind of where you'll find the listings of gigs. And at the moment we're playing around Ireland, and we're coming over to London and playing in Pete Feenstra's venues. He's been very good to us. In the Boom Boom and the Beaverwood Club. But we're kind of branching out, and because we're very new, and not a lot of people know who we are, so we're working hard to kind of get the name out, and hopefully it will the word will spread and we'll be rocking.
Excellent. Well, thank you for your time. I know you've got to pack up the gear.
No, thank you very much.
And thank you very much for doing the interview at short notice.
No, it's good fun, isn't it?
That's great. I'll hand you back now to Jason in the studio.
Great stuff. And the gang's all back. I got me Dave, got me Roger, and the show goes on.